It's headlines and fun, true crime tales and a wild rerun. Bits of news to brighten your day in the latest, wackiest, petty expressway. Scandals, gators, space coast too. Crimes that baffle and headlines askew. When the world gets dark, we bring the cheer. Newsy nuggets, the good, the grim, the weird is here.
Well, you guys, if you struggle to see, need glasses, or are considering LASIK, this might be something you want to look at. Again, as someone who regularly wears glasses when they're not lost, and then fake glasses to hide the fact that I have children and haven't slept well in 19 years. You know, it's a bit scary. Now, on a personal note, I would never have LASIK because look, I watched Christmas Story way too much, and now one of my biggest phobias is getting something stuck in my eye. If look, if that mom had had me as a kid and she said, "You're gonna put your eye out," well, I would have gone for Lincoln Logs, in a red, in a hot second. I would not have gone for a Daisy Red Ryder. Movie references aside, let's get into the serious stories. I've got two stories. One is incredibly sad, and the other one is real doctors. So I'm going to give you the real doctors, then I'll give you the human interest story. Doctors and former patients are warning of LASIK eye surgery dangers. Quote, the biggest scam ever put on the American public. The self-deletion of a 26-year-old Pennsylvania police officer over after effects of the popular eye surgery LASIK was not an isolated incident. Others are saying that the procedure left them with agonizing and life-changing symptoms, patients and doctors are telling the Post. Now, LASIK providers say the procedure is 95 to 99% safe, but one LASIK survivor said that she had self-deletion ideation for 2 years after her disastrous surgery in 2000. She claimed to also know of at least 40 people who had self-deleted because they couldn't stand the constant pain and vision problems which developed after the procedure. I really didn't want to stick around at the time, but I realized I could get the word out about how dangerous the surgery can really be, Paula Kofer, 66, of Tampa, Florida, told the Post Wednesday. LASIK, the LASIK lobby and surgeons will tell you that only 1% of patients have issues afterwards. That's not true. There are multiple studies that indicate otherwise. The percentage of those with poor outcomes are in the double digits, not 1%, and they know that, she claimed. Now, since LASIK was approved by the Food and Drug Administration in 1999, more than 10 million people in the U.S. have undergone the laser correction surgery, according to the Medical Journal of Clinical Ophthalmology, which states between 700,000 and 800,000 people sign up for the surgery every year. Kofer runs the LASIK Complications support group on Facebook, one of the numerous organizations on social media that have sprung up in response to LASIK procedures that have gone wrong. If you understand LASIK and what it does to the eyes and cornea, then you realize you can't do it on a healthy eye and not expect complications, Kofer said. Now, the procedure, the acronym stands for Laser Assisted in Situ Keratomyolysis, which reshapes the cornea of the eye. Yeah, no lasers, no scalpels, no cornea reconfiguring. If you're gonna remodel a surface of my body, give me abs or take away my bingo wings. Don't touch my eyeballs. Again, phobia. Not everyone has severe complications, but a lot more people are suffering than you know. I got floaters, severe dry eyes, induced astigmatism, and severe night vision problems, Colfer said. Ryan Kingerski, the police officer who died by his own hand after taking time from the Penn Hills Police Department in Allegheny County, Pennsylvania last August to undergo LASIK, had similar issues. His grieving parents, Tim and Stephanie Kingerski, told CBS News this week about the hell their son went through after the procedure. They said that Ryan began suffering headaches, double vision, seeing dark spots, and floaters. Floaters are tiny spots that appear as streaks or cobweb shapes across a person's field of vision. I mean, I always thought it kind of looked like a little amoeba kind of floating by, if that makes any sense. Ryan's parents told a similar story to that of Detroit TV meteorologist Jessica Starr's widow, Diane Rose, who said she had also succumbed or taken her own life after struggling with intense eye pain and vision problems following laser eye surgery. The mother took her own life on December 12, 2018, just 2 months after undergoing Lasik. Prior to the procedure, Jessica was totally normal, very happy, Rose told. Okay, I'm not going to keep it on the eyeball. Told, WK or WGJBK in 2009. There was no depression there. She was a normal person. Rose said his wife left behind a 30-page note and video which made it clear that the decision to take her own life was because of the surgery. Morris Wexler, 89, was an FDA advisor who headed the branch responsible for getting the approval to this surgery. It's a decision, he told the Post, he regrets and has been speaking out publicly against LASIK's dangers since 2010. It didn't matter what questions and concerns I had because surgeons are very powerful and still are, he claimed. Now, Waxler has previously told CBS in 2019 his own analysis of the industry data showed complication rates between 10 and 30%. And in 2011, he petitioned the FDA to issue a voluntary recall of LASIK. People come in with healthy eyes and all they need is eyeglasses, but the surgeon then cuts the cornea and are removing nerves that lead to the cornea with odd shapes, and some patients will have intractable pain. The FDA warns on its websites that there are risks of undergoing LASIK that includes double vision, glare, halos, vision loss, and other debilitating visual symptoms. However, American Refractory Surgery Council says on its website that LASIK is safe and it's one of the most studied elective surgical procedures available today, and the rate of sight-threatening complications from LASIK eye surgery is estimated to be well below 1%. So again, we have this, what you saw on TMU and what you really get. This is the same thing. You would think we wouldn't get taken in every time there's a new thing and, say it's super safe and then suddenly realize, oh no, kind of destroys your eyeballs. You think we could actually just, instead of letting lobbies and powerful moneyed groups push things through, we would look at them for real? I don't know. Y'all, I will tell you, my favorite show to watch is Mayday Air Disasters, and here's why I love it. In this crazy world, in Mayday, a plane goes down, hopefully everyone survives, a lot of times they don't, but they go through every piece of evidence and they don't say anything until they find the issue. They can, clearly and definitively state what the issue is, and then they make sure it never the hell happens again to the best of their ability. So I like that. It makes sense. The NTSB is the only governmental agency I will keep on board should I become the Empress of the United States. So there you go. For Abram Rutner, 43, a Brooklyn electrician, there was hope after his failed LASIK surgery 5 years ago. It's like you have a layer of oil on top of your eye. It's so hazy and terrible, Rutner told the Post. I couldn't work. I couldn't drive. I felt like I was still a young man and I had lost my life. He then heard about 84-year-old Dr. Edward Boschnick, a Miami doctor whose optometric practice is dedicated to restoring vision and comfort lost to a variety of eye conditions and surgery, including LASIK, keratoconcosis, and corneal trauma. Bosch, whose website is called Eye Freedom, fitted Rutner with something called a sacral lens that fits over the cornea damaged by LASIK. Paul Coffer said she also got the fitted with lenses which help her too. Boschnick told the Post that everyone has different problems when it comes to LASIK, which he called a BS procedure. It's the biggest scam ever put on the American public, and it's a multi-billion dollar business. Now, this sort of was brought into the zeitgeist by the unfortunate loss of the officer, and we are going to go to his story now. A Pennsylvania cop died by his own hands after suffering nightmare complications from LASIK eye surgery. A young Pennsylvania officer took his own life after he suffered from side effects caused by elective eye surgery, according to his family. Ryan Kingerski, 26, took time off his job as so we know this part. He began having very painful side effects, including headaches, double vision, seeing dark spots and floaters. His parents said that their son was full of regret and they had tried to find specialists in hope of locating someone to just remedy with his pain. Unfortunately, this young officer lost his battle with pain and different things in January, 5 months after his surgery. A lot of this is going to kind of go over what we've already covered. I hope and pray that the parents are giving the love and support they need. I can't imagine the pain of losing a son over over this elected procedure. And I pray for all of us that are in pain, chronic pain, caused by LASIK, caused by whatever, can get some real relief soon. People don't understand the constant wearing that chronic pain is. And it's easy because until I got, chronic pain, I had no clue. It's like there's a distinct before and after in your life if you've never had it and then you get it, or so it is something that people struggle to comprehend, but it touches every facet of your life. It is the inner spoke or the inner heart on which all the spokes of your life are based on. Do I have energy to get up today? Can I walk to the store today? Can I cuddle with my husband without being in pain? Can I wear this without? So it is kind of the nexus point, but from which all of your decisions happen and end. And it's such a learning curve to try to be at peace with that, to try to realize that there is still beauty in the world. Even if you're, constantly struggling, you can still, have happiness in the good days and, watch really fun creators on the bad. So, I'm not saying that any of this, I'm not bringing you any of this to scare you off of LASIK. I am just giving you the information and getting these parents' story out. God bless them. I hope that they have all the support that they need. I can't imagine. And look, as I have said in this video already, no one is touching my eyes. So if you would like to get LASIK done, research, make sure it's a good surgeon, and be, aware of these complications. Don't live in fear, but have more knowledge. As always, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, but have a sassy mouth and carry a can of bitch fire, because kindness doesn't equal doormat. And, we are here to be kind and sassy. Bye, you guys.